All right, so let's start with our anatomy. So iliac crest is, I don't need to draw it because it's pretty much the shorts line, okay, but there it is. Here's PSIS. So then we know sacrum is going to continue down and take a sharp angle like that, okay, towards the coccyx. So there's my sacrum. Gonna kind of loosely trace greater trochanter, okay. I think we're gonna leave ischial tuberosity for now, and we'll worry about that. We'll worry about hamstrings and stuff later, okay. So gluteus maximus, we're gonna say roughly from the vertical, I would say like the middle of iliac crest. It's not 100% precise, but more or less, this is where max is. So that's where we're gonna go hunting, right? For trigger points and stuff like that. Medius is all the way to the top of the crest. And you guys know that minimus is not gonna be all the way. Minimus is gonna be about halfway. The last thing we need to draw in this position is going to be piriformis and sciatic nerve. So let's use I'll use a different color for piriformis if that helps. How do we find piriformis? You guys know how to find piriformis? If we're starting at the, obviously we know it attaches here. So this is where our triangle begins. But how do we know where to draw this triangle onto the sacrum?
Go through like the sacrum directly.
It's gonna run and attach to the front of sacrum, but which part? Upper part, lower part, middle part?
The upper part.
Not quite.
Middle part.
So
Lower part.
from sacrum, if we come to the top of the PSIS and find the bottom of the sacrum here, if we divide that in half and do the lower half, and then just draw yourself a triangle to, remember it's a two-dimensional drawing of a 3D object, so it's not going to be perfectly great. Okay, so we're going to say roughly piriformis lives here, right? And you wouldn't need to do a drawing. You could just say, let's see, sacrum there, halfway, greater troch here. All right, I'm going to give myself like this window, and then we're going to palpate in that window, and we're looking for like trigger points, and we're going to needle the trigger points, right? I wouldn't say we're going to just needle blindly and pretend like things are there. Like, we're looking for trigger points. That's why we're doing the needling. Okay, so I usually needle this one prone, and I'll show you guys why in a sec. Can I have you lay prone with your head on that side? That way we still have the... Lay on your tummy, forehead on your hands. I like to needle prone in that position where sciatic nerve is and where some of our sciatic notch and stuff like that changes. So let's needle these things prone. I'm gonna use blue, okay? So if we take piriformis or just the glute itself, I would say the middle half is a no-go zone because we have sciatic nerve, we have sciatic notch and stuff like that. And so the safest area to needle piriformis, you can shoot for it here. You might hit sciatic nerve. It's not going to kill anybody. They might get a zinger down their leg, okay? If anybody gets a zinger, we've had one. My very first time getting needled was lateral forearm. I got a zinger.
I got zinger on
radial nerve like right away.
Very badly, and it could like 30 minutes up to I was.
So if you get a zinger, just take the needle out and either discontinue that area or you can needle close by. Patient had a zinger, you probably want to just move on from that area.
And from here
depending on how apprehensive they are and stuff like that. It's not going to hurt anybody, like long term, but it's not pleasant. Okay, so this is the no-go zone. All right, so so gluteus maximus, guys, above piriformis, you've got max to about the halfway point. We've got medius here. Let's divide this into half, right? Medius, top half, minimus, bottom half. Okay, so we're going to do glute max. Find a trigger point along here. Medius, minimus. Y'all good with that? Okay. Do I need to put an X? Let me put an X. So maximus in here somewhere. Medius along the vertical. Minimus, probably about bottom half. Piriformis anywhere in here. Okay. And that's going to round us up. We're going to be done at this point. Now, if somebody has lateral hip pain or bursitis or whatever, right? Probably this area doesn't need to be treated like that much. It's more like a hip, SI, lumbar thing. But if someone is complaining of pain in and around this area, sure, if you find a trigger point, right, you can needle trigger points. That's totally fine, okay? So, any questions on this?
Longer needles.
Yeah, I think so. You guys can use the long ones, and there's enough of them. So whoever's partner this is, why don't you just go ahead and come, get started. The rest of you guys, I don't want y'all to draw for time's sake and really for practice sake. Here's the drawing if you need it. Try to use your hands. If you're having a hard time or you're having a hard time visualizing stuff, then let me come and I can help you find it and mark it up. And TJ can as well. Would you grab yourself a black marker?
Needle.
Okay.
Everyone's got to get their arse needled. Cannot needle a patient's butt if you haven't had your butt needled. On stomach, please. On stomach. As long as you're able to drape, okay? If you have someone that can't,
Okay, yeah.
So intensive towels.
What happened here, Chica?
I don't know, I just bruised.
Oh, yours easy. Okay.
Yeah.
So here's piriformis.
This is a good drawing, right?
You've done this. You've done this so many times.
My first, like.
Yeah, no, do whatever you need.
Okay.
You've done this.
I
so
want to
many
make sure you're comfy. Go right.
Yeah, I feel like you need some.
Yeah.
Whatever you guys are comfortable with,
Can you go straight in, perpendicular?
make it happen. We're all medical here.
Cool.
Can we go perpendicular, correct? Just straight in? Cool.
Yeah, this is one that you want to do with another person. If you're in a room, have somebody else there to chaperone.
Good.
Or if your patient's cool,
No,
put them at the
really.
last table up against the wall, have them back up against the wall, and you just do it there where nobody's invading
yeah.
their privacy. So
Piriformis is
patient's
pretty
got to
deep,
be,
so-
whatever you're doing, the patient has to be comfortable, and you have to what?
Good.
Cover your.
It feels a lot better than that.
When you uncover
Ooh,
their
that's
ass,
it. Yep,
you have to
you
cover
Is it a
your
zero?
own ass.
No. That was just.
Own ass coverage.
Ooh, yeah, you're good.
What a
Do you want me to
beautiful choice.
No, you're good. You can keep going. You keep going.